everybody. This is mainly for my employees at the Commons Gallery because Stephanie has worked for us for a while and she's in Suttons Bay. But for any of the other employees, I just want to give you guys kind of um, uh, my thoughts and feelings about um, on sales at the gallery and the Commons. I don't follow the sales at the galleries and in the Commons. I don't need to. Our business, Sport Tile Art, is a unit, is a whole unit in itself. I'm going to art fairs. We have the gallery in Suttons Bay. We have the Commons. The money goes into one spot, and then we pay for it all. And since I'm working hard going to art fairs, and since I don't even know what the sales are at the Commons, I don't want to know what the sales are. This is how I treated Fishtown. It allows me to just make money for the business, knowing that the Commons is holding its own. It's doing its job. Now, do I have an expectations that the Commons is going to soar like Cherry Republic? No, don't think that. Never thought that. I have no expectation. This is what I think about selling tiles at the Commons. The gallery in Suttons Bay was an option I chose to do because I was getting to the point after 8 years in Fishtown that enough customers were asking about where they can come get tiles in the winter. Since Fishtown was absolutely dead come November 1st, it was dead from November 1st until pretty much June. Suttons Bay provided an option because Susan was helping, and she wanted to manage that gallery as well at the time. Suttons Bay, and it was also a good idea to have that gallery in Suttons Bay so that we had a year-round location when people would call me, and many of them were people that were visiting their cottages in the winter, cottages in Leelanau County. So it became a place where I could have an easy access to allow customers to come and shop in the winter months. And then it also was a great place for the summer. So I went to Norway and purchased a building, and now we have our gallery, which I'm really excited about in Traverse City at the Commons. I can do so well at these art fairs that I can't put full 100% into that gallery at the Commons. Now the project that I made in Norway had many components to it, and I was working on those components up until I started doing the art fairs again because the coronavirus allowed us to do so. So now come the spring, we're going to have a whole new unique approach to the Commons Gallery because we'll spend the whole winter making tiles for it. But as far as selling tiles and the customers that reach us at the Commons, I spoke to over 100 customers. I said the word Grand Traverse Commons over 100 times this weekend. Many customers had already been there and had seen our gallery, had purchased tiles there. Some customers had heard about it and wanted to visit it. Now, when customers walk in, well, first of all, the type of customer we're going to get at the gallery in the Commons is going to be different, just like the customers in Fishtown and the customers in Suttons Bay and the customers at art fairs. They're all a little different. But one thing that I find that's commonly found with all these different customers is that when they come into the gallery, you're going to get the customer that immediately sees that what we do is special. We're going to get a lot of the customers that don't have an appreciation for artwork, real artwork. And I want to talk about my artwork. And when I talk about my artwork, I'm not putting down any other types of artists or any other types of mediums or anyone else's gallery. I'm talking about us. And ceramic artwork is very special. It takes on many different types of art forms. It's like printing, but it's not. It's like painting, but it's not. It's ceramic, but it is painting. It's like making prints, but we're doing it in clay. It's so much more tangible. It's not like we're putting a piece of paper down and just printing out something over and over again. Each one is touched by our hand intimately versus prints that aren't necessarily as intimately created as the artwork that we've done. Now, I could go on and on about the different aspects of what our art is and how it's special. But when a customer comes in, I'm going to give you a little example quickly of things that I commonly hear and things that I've learned to talk about and things that I've learned to overcome when I was learning after watching my own gallery in Fishtown for over 2 years by myself, and then and then as I went to my art fairs. When customers come in and they say things up in the air, they open up their mouth and they say things that are discouraging to the possibility that they might buy something. They'll say things like, I don't have any, you'll overhear customers saying things like, I don't have any more room to put any more things. Right off the bat, when the customers say that, my way of looking at that is that, number one, these tiles, the customer, what the customer really is doing, I look at them as seasoned shoppers, and they're looking for the person who's watching our gallery that's going to show passion about what they're selling, passion about the tiles, passion about everything in that gallery. When the customer opens up their mouths and you hear them say things to their friends about how they don't have any more room for artwork, immediately our tiles make great gifts. Our tiles make great gifts. They can be outside all year round. They make great Christmas presents. When customers see the tiles and they say things like, oh, we just did our backsplash, these would have been great. Or they say things like, oh, maybe we'll do a backsplash soon. Can we have a card? Or we were just thinking about doing a new backsplash. Can we get a card? When customers come in, the way that I've looked at them talking about this immediate reaction they have about wanting to do a backsplash, can I have a card? And, oh, we've given out 10 cards today. I've given out thousands of cards. And you know how many backsplashes I've done? I've done a lot of backsplashes, but nowhere in comparison to the number, there's no ratio that shows that a very good percentage of those cards I've given out have turned into backsplashes. So what I say to customers when they talk about backsplashes, this is another little trick I'm going to share with you guys, is I tell them, and you can find your own artful way of doing it if you don't already. I explain to them that, you know, you'll take our card, and you might someday, maybe sometime in the future, you'll look at our website, and you're not going to have the same feeling as you had when you walked in our gallery and saw all of our tiles there. It's not going to be the same experience. So if you really feel like these tiles might be good for your backsplash, I really highly suggest you take one with you, because you'll have that memory with you in a tangible form. Just a little, even a little tile will help you remember how special you thought this was. Because when you take out that business card, and you probably have several business cards in your wallet or your purse, it's not going to be the same experience when you get on my website and try to figure out how am I going to get these tiles made into a backsplash. That's my advice. Some of my quick advice. I could have tons of different stories of advice, but those are two little tricks that I've used in the past that work really well. When dealing with customers that say things like, I don't have any more room, and can I have a card? This looks like something like we could put in our backsplash someday. So those are two little tricks. The customers are looking, the customers that come in, the older people that come in and start talking, they're looking for a passionate salesperson who can try to sell them something. They want to be served. It's something that is true, and you have to learn how to serve them, to show passion for the work. Now I'm doing everything I possibly have been doing for 18 years to create this tile business. And some of my new employees might not understand or have followed me all these years and understood all this. But you're not going to find a tile artist in Michigan who bought a building in Norway. You aren't going to find a tile artist in the United States. Very few artists in the whole United States have ever purchased a building in another country with money they saved, with the dream to go make art there as well. We have Haystacks that are making Haystacks down the street in Sutton's Bay that has a gallery in Key West and Harbor Springs and Fishtown and Leland, and they have all these galleries in Traverse City. But I didn't want to do something like that because I'm kind of conservative when it comes to growing my business, but I believe in big dreams and exciting things. So I've been on Destination Michigan on PBS. Pure Michigan I made tiles for. I have been to hundreds and hundreds of art fairs all over the state of Michigan. I'm one of the only tile artists. I like to tell make these videos now and tell you guys these stories about how I feel about my tiles, because it's really important for you guys to see how passionate I am about my business. The reason why you guys don't see me all the time in the galleries is because I'm so passionate about my business and about the exciting future that my artwork is taking me. There is no one as passionate as about my artwork. You will not find anyone as passionate about their artwork. Maybe you'll find people equally as passionate, but you will not find anyone more passionate than I am about my artwork and the future of what it is where I'm taking my artwork. So those are some of my little tidbits, my little kind of tricks of the trade. I'll try to share more of these things with you as it seems like it's important for me to talk about them. Thank you so much.